Since we exposing pastors and cults and whatnot, let me go ahead and tell y'all the backstory on what happened to my grandmother. So my grandmother passed away September 16th of 2022. She was a member of this so-called congregation called Birth of a Nation located in Anderson, South Carolina. She literally formed a relationship with these people to the point where she bought a house out there, and even a few of the members were staying with her. I didn't go down there to visit her that often because of work and all this other stuff, but we definitely stayed in touch. My grandmother often visited us in Fayetteville, Georgia, and oftentimes a member of the congregation would come back and travel with her for whatever reason, I don't know. When my aunt and my cousin went to go visit, they mentioned how the members of the congregation were acting funny as if that was their mother. So fast forward, my grandmother got sick. She had stage 4 uterine cancer. She pretty much kept it a secret. But before she went down to South Carolina, she wasn't sick. My aunt told me that on my grandmother's deathbed, one of the congregation members tried to take things that belonged to her from underneath her bed and all this other stuff. My uncle wasn't having it, and he had cussed everybody out. And it gets even weirder, y'all. Like, members of the congregation had keys to my grandmother's house. People were taking showers over there and everything. So after my grandmother had passed away, my aunt and my cousin was going through my grandmother's phone, and there was like a history of her sending money to people. Even down to her best friend, Robin. Like, yes, I'm name dropping, bitch, fuck you. Certain family members aren't going to like the fact that I'm speaking up on this, but I don't care. A lot of these so-called Christians and Hebrew Israelites and all this other stuff that try to keep you away from your family, they're cults. And a lot of wicked stuff takes place in these cults. After my grandmother's passing, so many clues have came to light. A lot of stuff just don't make sense. That's why I never really came to terms with my grandmother passing away. It is so hard to try to build cases on situations like this because, like, it's like you can't really prove, like, that they did something to my grandmother. My grandmother has went by a completely different name and everything when she was in this so-called Hebrew Israelite congregation. And then, too, my cousin was going through some things, and she wanted to just be prayed for. She wanted to come to the congregation and be prayed for. Do you think they helped my cousin? Hell no. They turned her away. And I think that they have like 3 different locations, one in Anderson, South Carolina, one in Texas, and I think in California too. But I could be wrong about those other 2 locations. I know I'm all over the place when it comes to talking about this, but y'all bear with me. There was also this woman by the name of Gabriel, or whatever her name is. That bitch was nowhere to be found after my grandmother passed away. Couldn't even get in touch with her or nothing. What influenced me to talk about this was when that pastor had made that woman apologize for getting pregnant. And she came out and made a video about it. And the only people that was helping my grandmother while she was sick was her real family, not the punk-ass congregation members. And I know you can't just make someone have cancer, but the way she just got sick out of nowhere is weird to me. Part of me also felt like she knew she had cancer and just kept it a secret. But I don't know, man. I also realized that after my grandmother passed away, these human form vultures that came around showed their true colors. My grandmother did not deserve to be treated like that. It's so much to it that, it just gets deeper and deeper. I have to gather more information. I won't be able to let my grandmother rest in peace until everything comes to light about this cult. They are not doing God's work, and these folks is very wicked. And as far as I'm concerned, like, I don't have to take physical action. There's so many evil things that I wanted to do to this entire congregation. Like, I'm talking about I wanted to go down there and just set their location on fire. But I'm not going to do that because at the end of the day, God sees everything, and this bitch-ass nigga gonna get what's coming to him, for sure. As I said before, I have to gather more information. I'm going blank. I'm just gonna have to make a part 2.